Right folks, we are headed to my parents' house. I'm going to try and get up the attic and get all my Star Wars stuff back. I don't know what condition it's in or where it is, but we'll find it and we'll take a good look at it. Haha, there it is. Oh no! I didn't find everything I wanted to get. Like, all I could find was some of my old toys. So I'm gonna have to go back up there at some point and have a really good rummage around. I'm kicking myself though because I really didn't look after stuff when I was a kid. But to be fair, like a lot of it was vintage by the time I got my hands on it, you know? There was parts missing and all sorts, but I definitely got a lot of joy out of them. Right, so the first thing I wanted to showcase was my Han Solo. It's from 1997, made by Kenner, but it's pretty cool. It's obviously from Return of the Jedi, and I remember always being upset because he was right next to an Obi-Wan Kenobi from Attack of the Clones, which was coming out around that time, and like I chose Han Solo, but like I always wished I'd gotten the Obi-Wan, but I'm glad I got him, so he can stay up there from now on. I was also really bad for basically trading cool toys that I had for newer toys, so I'm pretty sure I traded, it was Luke Skywalker's speeder from A New Hope. I traded that for the speeder from Attack of the Clones. Funny story about that. I was on vacation with my family and the movie had just come out and we were on these bumper cars, and the one my brother was in was that kind of yellow colour. And me being a wee kid, I thought I was Anakin Skywalker, and so my bumper car ran out of power. So I was waiting for him to finish. I was standing next to my dad, and then, you know the part where like he jumps out to land on what's her name? He lands on Zam's ship. So I did that. I jumped off the side to try and like land on it. And I bounced off it and like fell next to it. The bottom of the cart came by and like missed my finger by like an inch. That's the one time I remember my dad going crazy at me. He was like, you idiot, you could have chopped your fingers off. So yeah, there's that. I don't remember what I traded for this, but I feel like it was worth it. Anakin's Jedi fighter. Pretty cool, huh? And then where is it? But I used to have the Revenge of the Sith Anakin that fitted in there, and I had the Obi-Wan as well. I used to use them and do like stop motion. I used to make them fight and do stop motion. I wish I had those videos still. But random bit of trivia, in the movie, if you look closely, R2's bottom half should be sticking out of the wing. But there's some behind the scenes stuff where it's been like green screened out. It's pretty funny, but actually I've got the I've got the Obi-Wan from episode 2. But actually, speaking about that, I used to always lose their lightsabers, and the way I got around that was I'd get Q-tips, right? And what you do is you take one end off it and you just colour it in. Aye, so then you've got your makeshift lightsaber, and then this bit basically keeps it from falling out his hand. You just squeeze that in there. But aye, all my toys used to have that because I'd always lose them. So there's a good wee hack for you. Right, we're getting to the cool stuff. So here is my ATST from Return of the Jedi. The whole time I've had it, it never had like the top of it there. It's got this part here. You're supposed to press it and like the legs go up and down. I remember taking it apart for whatever reason, and the spring, I didn't put it back together properly, so it's not working. But it's still pretty cool. I used to have a Chewbacca I liked to keep in there. I don't know if you're ready for this. This is too advanced. The AT-AT. This is one of my prized possessions. I've never had it operate. I'm pretty sure a battery goes in there. It never had the canopy. But this was like, when I used to play with my toys, this was like the centerpiece. As you can see, it's seen better days, so it could use a wee cleanup. Tim from the United Spacers Alliance has a few videos with some good tips on how to clean these up. It was actually one of these he was cleaning, so I'll need to watch that again and see how he did it. But there's no way I'm taking these stickers off because I'm never going to get those again. My grandparents used to go over here in Britain, they're called car boot sales. You go early on a Sunday and people turn up and they're just selling all their junk out of the back of their cars. And they used to pick me up all the Star Wars stuff they could find, and I remember they brought me this, and my older brothers were jealous, obviously. So, aye, awesome. Saving the best for last, alright? Can you guess what it is? If you can guess what it is, put it in the comments, and you can let me know if you got it. Right, 3, 2, 1. The Millennium Falcon. Again, I've never had the canopy for it. I used to have an original Han Solo that sat in there. I traded him for a General Grievous. I was stupid. I traded it for a General Grievous, and then when the boy was handing the Grievous over to me, it didn't have its lightsabers. It came with 4 lightsabers. And I was like, are you having a laugh? And he's like, what? I was like, where's the lights? Use the lightsabers. Total chancer, so I felt like it was worth it at the time, but I always felt bad that I didn't have a Han Solo to sit in there. The other thing you might have noticed is the cannon. I do have it here, the back bit comes off. I do have the cannon. I'm probably going to have to super glue that back together and put it on there. And also, the pain of my life was this ramp, because it's just never been fully attached the entire time I've had it, so it was always falling off. But it's pretty cool. It's got like the landing gear. You can hold it by there. That's how you fly him around. I'm only just realising that now. I used to just hold it like that, fly him a bit. Really cool inside. Like, this is a pretty cool toy. This used to make all the kids in the street jealous, and they were always trying to get it off of me, and I was like, there's no way I'm swapping that with you. So that's what I managed to save from the attic. I'm going to have to clean these up and maybe change the display up here or something. Basically what happened was my nephew got a bit older, and I thought I'd be the cool uncle, and I was like, right, here's all my cool toys, like, have fun with it. And then he trashed them. He trashed them, so the only, believe it or not, The only toys, action figures, that were preserved were, you've probably seen him, my Boba Fett. I thought he was Shadows of the Empire one, but he's not. He's from the Powers of the Force 1995. The only other ones that survived were all three iterations of Luke Skywalker. I used to think that was an original. It's not. Look how muscly he is. That's from the Powers of the Force as well. There's him. This one was really cool. This one had his lightsaber. It had a blaster. It came as a set. My brother had the other one. It was Darth Vader, and it had that. You know, in Empire when he slices it and it falls apart. Yeah, a lot of those toys at that time came in kind of sets like that, or they had little gimmicky things like we had a Jango Fett where his head was on a magnet, and then he came with Mace Windu, who when you pressed him he sliced, so you put them together and you sliced the head off. So it was really cool. I need to find out what that the series of toys was called actually. And then this one, I spent quite a lot of money on this one at the time for being a kid. It came with his green lightsaber, he had this cool like cloak, and I also had the Return of the Jedi speeder bike from Endor, the Scout Trooper bike, and it was like you pressed it and it all came apart. I've only got like part of it left because, you know, I'm an idiot. And then, so I used to put him on it. It was a lot of fun. But anyway, yeah, I grew up with stuff like that, you know. A lot of Phantom Menace stuff. This one's really cool. I know there's a cool page in here I used to love. Yeah, there's the lightsaber internals, like old official magazines. I get quite a lot of good information out of this still, like from my videos and stuff like that. There's a lot of these old Phantom Menace comics. These came with these came with some really cool posters and stuff like that, but my older brothers claimed those. More Phantom Menace stuff. You don't really get these anymore, you know, like the official annuals. Just awesome, man. I used to like drawing quite a lot, and I'd just copy out of these books. I always forget I was born in the 90s, so it's like a lot of this stuff was a bit more accessible. You know, I've got like annuals from the late 90s, and a lot of it references like expanded universe material, you know. It was all Star Wars. I recently got the Phantom Menace visual dictionary. That's pretty cool, but I always had the one for the Revenge of the Sith, and this one was awesome, especially for doing art and stuff like that. Just here, I'll show you. Like, it's full of loads of good information too, but just nice big pictures of the Jedi and Grievous. I used to love drawing Grievous. Cool big pictures of Grievous and stuff like that. I'll share with you my first ever introduction to the expanded universe. This is the essential guide to characters, alright? Essential. I'm sure a lot of you have this. It's really awesome. So I was reading about like Thrawn and Mara Jade long before I knew who they even were. And you know, it was all Star Wars. It was awesome. Tenniel Jo, I just read about her in the Courtship of Princess Leia. She was in there the whole time, you know. Another thing that was really big when I was a kid was the Phantom Menace action figures. All mine are long gone, but I've been trying to collect them again. Well, I've got Obi-Wan, Darth Maul, and Qui-Gon. So, and they came with like the chips that you could put into the comlink thing. But they're not particularly expensive either. I'm pretty sure they were mass produced, so just like a nostalgic thing for me at this point. To be fair, the Qui-Gon one did cost quite a bit more than the other ones. Oh, I'll show you this real quick. Oh. I've mentioned these a couple of times in some of my videos. Machines, that's it, micro machines. And it was quite funny because I've been reading, obviously, Vector Prime, and there's a part where Luke Skywalker is flying a TIE fighter, and I've had this tiny little Luke Skywalker living in there this whole time. There he is. Focus. So nothing else to really showcase just now that I can think of, so if and when I come across my other stuff, I'll show you, and maybe even take a deeper look at those source books and stuff like that. But I've hit just over 150 subs at the moment. If we can get to 200, I'll put the Darth Vader helmet on. So there's your incentive. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you got some entertainment out of it, and I'll catch you in the next video. Cheers.